Hi, everybody. Stefan Molyneux from Freedom Main Radio. Hope you're doing well. Back with a good friend, Gerald Celente. He is the head of the Trends Research Institute and the publisher of the Trends Journal. He has earned a reputation as today's most trusted name in trends for accurate and timely forecasts. You can find his information at trendsresearch.com. Thanks so much for taking the time today.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
So, Gerald, one thing I'm very concerned about in the modern economy as it stands is the bankers seem pretty happy. The bankers and the central bankers seem pretty happy. And when the bankers and the central bankers seem pretty happy, it usually means that Main Street is about to get hosed in some spectacular fashion. What's going on with central banking, with interest rates, with shaky Chinese corporate debts that can help people to plan for their economic future?
Well, actually, the central bankers are one story, but right now the bankers don't like what the central bankers are doing with the negative interest rate policy because they can't make money in charging more interest rates to customers. So the banks, when you look at their profits, they're having a very difficult time. So it's not a good time for the banking industry. The central bankers they're making up stuff as they go along. I mean, there should be outrage all over the world for a bunch of banks taking over the world economy. There's never been such a thing as negative interest rates in the history of the world, part one or part two. There's never been anything like a negative yield out of a bond. And now it's like 40% of them throughout the world are showing negative interest rates. This is unheard of. So the central bankers don't know what to do because they played their game with quantitative easing, zero interest rate policy, and it hasn't worked. And the fact is, it has not worked because if you look at the numbers here in the States, the USSA, 95% of the wealth created since 2009 has gone to the 1%. That's a fact. 51% of the population in this country is earning under $30,000 a year. That's a fact. The middle class